Well, this is the part 2 of the CD collection thing. We'll get into it. We'll see how far we get. This is Angus MacLeese with Invasion of Thunderbolt Pagoda. This is becoming a pretty rare CD. I mean, if you can get a hold of, it's a pretty good CD. This was the original drummer of the Velvet Underground, and as you can see, that's just the best fucking illustration to ever have of yourself, tied anywhere. Really experimental and sort of drone-like music. Very good shit, though, from the 60s. Check it out if you're into that. Here's Abomination's debut album, and the spine literally just says debut, because they fucked it up. Everyone on here looks like they're fucking blown out on some substance, especially this dude. Rest in peace. But a really solid album, honestly. This is some Phil Speckman shit, Death Strike, that shit. This is Dismembered Fetus, I forget, Generation of Hate. It's been years. Yeah, I can't show you that very long, or the front cover, but epic, hate grindcore. I don't know if these guys are racist. Probably. I mean, Yeast Infection are another group that I know they had members of, which was doing some racist shit. But hey, I enjoyed it. I don't agree with their message, but fucking Anita Bryant, though. That's something we can all agree with, right? So here's Exit 13, Green is Good, This is a 1990 German edition, I think. And, Exit 13 were a grindcore band that were sort of environmentally charged, as you can see. Really epic shit. I think they got really weird out there by the end of their career. This is Old Lady Drivers, Formula. I have not actually given this a listen yet, or this particular version. Formula is one of my favorite albums of all time. And Old Lady Drivers are incredible. No wonder they don't have any imitators. They're that badass. Listen to Formula. And another album I'm not as crazy about by the legendary Old is The Musical Dimensions of Sleestack from 1993. This is a sealed copy. Not listened to it yet. Sort of their worst album when I last listened to it. I was so disappointed with it, I did not revisit it. I might not. This came out on vinyl, and I'd love to get a copy really soon. Been looking for it for years. This is Killing Addiction, Omega Factor. This is the Extreme Series reissue. I couldn't even afford an original CD of this. But, Killing Addiction is pretty great. New York, death metal, very gritty and fucking foul. Some epic shit if you really like that. The Full Treatment by Aggression. I got this on LP, so this is sort of obsolete, but I've had this forever, and I love Aggression. One of the best thrash metal LPs ever recorded is The Full Treatment, no doubt. Carbonized, For the Security. You talk about a really weird grindcore group, because this is basically their only grindcore release. Carbonized are really cool. I like some of what they became later. They got really weird with it, Whip Me, shit like that. This is Catacomb, the Lurker at the Threshold, and the other demo, I forget what it's called. Back in the day, I had a Dark Descent CD buying phase. I don't buy CD much anymore, or I try not to. I got shit like this. Really good stuff, really good stuff. Dark Descent did put out some good shit, and they still do, I think. This is Maniac, Rainbows, Kittens, Flowers, and Puppies. Hey, I just have to look because I forget the order, You talk about a little demo. This fucking demo rips. It absolutely rips, and I would even consider getting it on vinyl. That's how hard it rips. I know they became Wargasm later, which I was very just whatever about. Here's some of that carbonized shit that I was talking about. This is Disharmonization. This is a really weird album, and I can't say it's better than, For the Security, but I do own it. I do own it. And here is the split of Excruciate and, I forget the other band, Epitaph from Sweden, I think. And again, another Dark Descent CD release. Really great shit, especially the Epitaph side. I know that was on vinyl back in the day. Yeah, not that fortunate. Here is Pathologist's forensic opus, or it's like grinding opus of forensic medical problems or something. I listened to this a lot as a child. I loved this when I was younger. This was like one of the first things I ever collected, or one of the first CDs I ever collected. I still love this album. I know it's just carcass, like theft, but at least the band is open about it, you know. They were very open about it on this album, too. Putrefactive and Cadaverous Odes about Necroticism. Again, very influenced by Rika Putrefaction. And the one I just showed before was very influenced by Symphonies of Sickness, which I showed earlier. You know, Czech Republic, great shit, great shit. Check out Pathologist if you really like Carcass. Devastation, Dispendable Bloodshed. I've seen some bootlegs of this, you know, and I think this was finally put out by like Vic Records or Dive Bomb Records or some shit like that. But Devastation from Chicago, Jimmy Buffett, were fucking great, you know, seriously. I think even Chuck Schuldiner of Death, you know, told them, hey, don't change your name, because it is a good fucking name, you know. And I'll show just a few more here. Fuck it, you know, why not? Sore Throat and We Don't Care. I don't care, you know. I remember really enjoying this CD, but when I got to the very end of the CD, and it doesn't even contain 112 tracks, they're lying to you. The last song was them just laughing at me for buying the shit. Or that's what it felt like. I mean, really. You know. Autopsy, Severed Survival. I do want to upgrade to an LP copy. I would absolutely love that. This was one of the earliest death metal albums I ever heard, alongside Scream Bloody Gore. What can you say about Autopsy, man? Autopsy are just something else. Death Leprosy. This is the Under One Flag UK CD edition. Do I even need to speak? Classic. Repulsion, Horrified. I would like to do a full review one day. It's the double CD edition with all the demos, shit like that. Classic, you know. I'm very happy to have an original. This is John Frusciante, Smiles from the Streets You Hold. This was bought by my partner, thank you. And this is the epic album, you know. This is some like lo-fi, drugged out, crazy bullshit. And it's just everything that I just said right there, you know. But there's good guitar playing. There is some really great guitar playing. I don't fuck with the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I fuck with that. Blasphemous, Grooving with the Mutants. One of the best albums of 1991, and it probably should have been Nirvana. Hey, you know, listen. This is a really good album that you never hear about. If you really like crossover thrash and like very melodic hardcore, I would say, check this out. This is one of the best albums of all time. And they need to press that shit on wax. Seriously. This is IMP. Back in the days. This is a 1993 CD edition. IMP were great, you know. Rest in peace. Nut, you know. This is probably their best album. I did not check out the second album that they released. I just never got around to it, you know. Whatever. I had shit to do. This is the Dayton Family. What's on My Mind is a motherfucking murder. Yeah, y'all remember that shit. That's a pretty good one. This is like... I don't want to be offensive, but man, this is like poor people rapping, but it's great. There's some really fucking hard bangers on here. Seriously, I think Oxydol is probably the hardest song of 1995. It sounds ridiculous. You know, check out the Dayton Family. They ain't worthless. They're totally fucking cool. Fat Pat, greatest hit CD that I haven't even opened yet. Let me tell you, they recently put out Ghetto Dreams on vinyl. I didn't cop it. I was late. I know. Yeah, fuck me. I was late. But that's a really good album. It's like very disgustingly late 90s sort of bad bling hip-hop, but it's really, really good shit. You know, the beats are great. Fat Pat's he's overweight, he's obese, he's got a good voice, he sounds great. Just accept it. You know, one day I'll open this, might be on my deathbed, but I'll really, really enjoy it. And last but not least, Main Source, smashing atoms or some shit, breaking atoms, same shit. This is a really, really good one, and you know, I see a lot of like praise for this album, and it definitely deserves it. The beats on here are incredible. Large Professor is a great DJ and rapper, and you know, honestly, like I checked out some of that later stuff they did. It was okay, but it was nothing anywhere near as good as Main Source. I think that'll do it for this second part.